the hospital less than 24 hours and there was no beating on her. So I can say, if somebody sit up there and say they whip my butt or my parent whip my butt, and I scream and yell and holler for my parent, and then I come in the room and then there's no beatings on her, so you cannot say that somebody was beating if the child
Okay, so can
herself
I
not
ask you a
seeing
question, please? Can I ask you one question? Okay, this is my last one. So you see
okay.
how you was ready to lie and say that you wasn't in the room and you didn't hear the daughter get her ass up, but you not ready to lie and say that you was scared to even speak to
I didn't
Patrick and
lie.
speak up to Patrick? You see
First
how
of
you
all,
not ready to say I was scared because of the domestic violence history I went through with Patrick, scared to speak up and protect my kid, but you ready to go ahead and say you didn't hear that child getting a spanking. I
I
don't
didn't never say
understand it.
that.
I don't
See,
understand it
see,
at all.
if you're gonna be fair, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. I never did say I did not hear her. I said I was not present in the actual room when he was swinging the belt. That's what I said, and I was not. And then when I did interject, it's because I heard him say something that I wouldn't even say to her. And then after the whole situation, where I felt like, well, that was it. I went in there and I said, well, why don't you just leave out and let her stay in here or whatever. So first, they have to prove that the child was beat. A child crying is not enough evidence to say that a child was beat. That's why they have to take us. That's why in their policy, they have to make me take my children to the hospital less than 24 hours after the incident to prove that there is no markings on her. And then they tell the children, they had my children, all five of my children, with two big ass cameras on them in a high definition room, recording everything that they say, like this law and order.
So do your
And none
daughter
of my
have that
children
same
said
story that you're
anything about
saying? Like
it.
he was just playing, he ain't hit me.
But where's the bruises at?
No, but listen, your daughter 13. You know her voice matter in court, right? You know they're gonna ask your daughter, did he really beat you? Did he really hit
Yes,
you?
they
You know
already
her
did
voice
that.
matter
You know
at
that,
this
right?
point?
They already did that at the kids talk.
Okay, so when she told them, yeah, that's why she was taken, right?
No, she never told them. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She told them that she got a spanking by her father. See, she never said that.
Okay, is Patrick allowed to go around your kids right now?
Yes, he's allowed.
Would you allow him to still go around your kids?
Not during the CPS case, no.
But after the case is over, you would still trust him around your kid and everything?
It depends on his daughter and what she wants. I can't make that decision.
So let
I'm
me
not
ask
in
you a
the
question. So when
dying.
he was beating you, did he have the capacity to stop hitting you?
Patrick never like physically punched me, slapped me in my face. Never.
But wait a minute. No, no, you told me that in my live that he did. You told me before in my live. You came in my live and said that he beat you and you had to move to an apartment. You got a domestic violence you went to the domestic violence shelter because of him. So you did tell
Yes,
me that in my live before.
I said that he strangled me and he like roughed me against the wall, but I never said that he punched me or slapped me. None of that.
So
I have never received any bruises from him other than like, if me and him tussling or if I'm getting hit against the wall or something like that. And it was just like, it was, and I'm not taking up for him, I'm just telling you what the abuse looked like. It was like, it's girls who get they face fucked up. Like, I'm talking about eye busted, lip busted, all of that. And he never did me like that ever.
So listen, I'm trying to understand the angle that you're coming from with defending, because I know for a fact it's a protection mode, okay? But I'm just telling you this, like protecting him is gonna work against you. Not protecting him and going against him is gonna work in your favor. If you're
Oh yeah, that's what
protecting him, it's gonna look so bad on you. But if you go
no,
against him
it's
and use the
not.
stuff that he put you through, it will help you.
And I
But
did, and I am. I am. You think I'm dumb? I'm never going to say that I was in fear for my life, because that's going to throw me under the bus and say, well, if you was in fear for your life, then why would you invite him around you. That
No,
means you
and
was
that's
neglecting your
listen.
kids.
That's what I want to tell you. Listen, battered women. Let me tell you something. No, battered women do stuff all the time out of fear because they scared, and the courts knows that. You know how many women got killed and murdered because they was afraid to leave the person that they was gonna leave. They was afraid to not let him in. The courts are
But
gonna
I
stand
moved,
behind you
girl.
and
I
understand you
moved. He never knew where
100%
I was at.
on that. You don't understand that. They're gonna
I'm
they're
trying
gonna
to
they're
tell
gonna
you.
understand you as a victim. Like,
But I moved and he didn't know where I was at, and I called him back and gave him the address on live. He never knew where I was at until after I told him.
yeah, but get an attorney because they can help you with that part right there. Tell your attorney that, and your attorney can help you. Like this,
But
I
thank
think
you.
you
I
need
just
an
wanted to
attorney.
come up
Like
here.
you literally need an attorney. I don't say what I do on here because
Honestly, yeah. I don't think I need an attorney because they're not filing a petition to remove my parental rights. They're filing a petitions for me to go to do some classes to get them back in the house. So what is that? They're going with family. So it's not like I'm getting my parental rights taken away. My sister, my children, that's not going to no system. They're going with family, but like 4 blocks away, 5 blocks away, and you know, it is in the court. It's in a petition that they're not trying to take away our parental rights. They're not trying to do that. They just feel like that the children are not safe in a household with us without us having some type of counseling or some type of help mentally or whatever we need to prove whatever they asked us to do. And they only thing they asked me to do so far is get my kids in counseling, and I did it.
so were you and
So
Patrick dating at this time? Were y'all like working on y'all relationship back together? Like when y'all was in the house?
not in the beginning. And he was saying that he wanted to get back with me. And I told him that if he stopped drinking and he keep the laws and commandments, that I wouldn't mind. He didn't want to do that, so I told him I'm not interested. And that's on live too.
Okay.
See, so yeah. And then for them saying that I brought him back after the police came on. Remember when the police came and arrested him? They said I invited him back. Yes, I did that. The water was off, and it's on live of him fixing it. So I felt like I needed his help at that time. So we ain't had no heat and no water. And then I already have a plethora of evidence of the house condition that I was reaching out to my landlord, and they were served with $150 fines because they didn't want to keep up with the house upkeep. So I reached out to their father to kind of help me with the situation.
So now that this happened, how do you feel about men hitting kids, like female girl kids, like girl children? How do you feel about it now?
I still feel the same way.
Like it was what's that way?
I feel like Patrick needs to get training. I feel like the way that he whipped her butt was off of the instinct of how he parent at the time. And I don't feel like because she wasn't abused, like she didn't have no markings on her, no blood, no beatings, and nothing like that. I do feel like he didn't try to really physically hurt her, but I do feel like he could have handled it different. And so that's what parenting classes and different outreaches is there to train you to do that. But I don't feel like he intentionally trying to abuse her. And if she felt like that, she would have said it at the kids talk, and she didn't. Honestly, the kids talk information is not in my petition, because if it was in my petition, if the kids say anything at the kids talk, they would have to say, and we got additional evidence that the kids went to kids talk and said that their mama and their father did this. And they asked them those questions, the same questions you asking me, they asked the kids at the kids talk.
Do you know if
So
Patrick is if do you know like if Patrick really is the father of did y'all have a DNA test paternity established for her?
no, we never had that. We never had paternity established. Um, and we won't need paternity established unless me and him want it.
Did
He
he
not
ever
asking
doubt
for
that
it.
she was his?
No, never.
Okay, now can I say something about that? So I was told that Patrick doubted that Samaya was his at one point. So I was told that he doubted
No.
that, and sometimes a man could take out his anger on a child if he felt like that was not his kid. And so they may hit that child a little bit harder. That's why I don't think men should be hitting kids anyway, because they hit harder than women, period. And
Mm-hmm.
I
And
just feel
actually,
like
I have to look that up. And so, I'm gonna actually try to see when I get done cooking this food if I can look it up, because I remember going to court about Patrick and Samaya. Um, so he said that he didn't want a DNA test because he believed that he was the father at the time, and they put into a notion. So all I got to do is look up my child support case online, and then they would tell me what child he's on child support for. Child support for. So I don't even know if that's true or not. So I would have to look that up.
Okay. So when he so let me ask you, Angelic. So I remember you coming up in here telling me that you went to his house one day and he beat you real bad.